Ready?
Yeah, he said ready.
Okay, co-pilot. Oh, Daddy's coming.
Stairs in. Okay.
Green light's on.
Did you put the rubbers in?
No.
Okay.
We'll do it at McDonald's. Yeah, that's all the P spots.
And hello everyone, and welcome to the channel. This is Black Cloud Travels, and my name is Doris. On behalf of Frank and myself, I'd like to thank you for watching, and I would ask that you please like and subscribe to our videos as well. We have a beautiful morning in Soldotna today, and I'm very much looking forward to arriving in Seward, something we've waited for a long time. Now, way back when we were in Wasilla, we passed by a PetSmart, and I did have the notion to take Bobby in and get his fur taken care of. However, we did not, and I regretted that because now, several weeks later, Bob is looking mighty shaggy. So as we were pulling into our campground, I noticed there was a groomer situated right next door, and I thought what a good idea it would be to have Bobby taken care of. However, it was late in the day, and that was a Saturday, so it was about 3:30, and I knew my chances for getting the dog in were not good, but I gave it a shot anyway. I gave them a call, and yes, they were all booked. They could not take Bob in for the last 2 hours, understandably so. And then I sat down, I told Frank, and he said, well, we just need his face buzzed because he was having troubles. Well, I thought he was having trouble seeing. So I called him up and I said, how about you just take care of his face, please? And they said, oh, sure, just bring him over. So Frank took him over, and he came back about 20 minutes later, and Bob was a sight to see. He looked like a little lamb. I mean, his puffy little poofy body and his shaved face, he looked like a little sheep. And so I asked Frank, okay, what did it cost? He said, oh, they did it for free. And that was nice news. And he said, do you know what? And I said, what? He said, what? They shaved his butt as well. And I was happy for that too. Okay, so like I've said before, I love a good story. And here is one that's kind of precious to me. I've thought a lot about it since coming home. And okay, I'm going to share it with you here. And I hope you like it. We pulled into the Soldotna campground, and behind us was a nice trailer, and there was a family there, and it was a mother and a father and a daughter and a son. Now, just like a lot of other families, and here is the part where I'm going to tell you about mine. Now, in my childhood memories, when it comes to competition on my paternal side of the family, my father's side, we loved a good game of Monopoly, and we had a lot of fun. and you could hear people coming out with their own little voices and vices as they played, and it was all in good fun, and it was a friendly game, but it was competitive and it was serious business. And the same can be said of croquet games that we played every Easter when we visited relatives. These two were seriously but very friendly and very loving. Now, on that note, I'm going to go to this family that was staying behind us, and they too, I could see that competitiveness in them in a loving yet very serious way. And so early the next morning, the family was up and outdoors, and they began practicing their casting. And they were dressed to the nines. They had their high waders on, they had their jackets on, they had hats on, fishing hats. And the mother and father, they basically were a team. They went down, they started fishing. The son eventually went down, started fishing, and the daughter kind of remained back and kept practicing her casting. She had such a look in her eye. And I watched her throughout the day as she went down to the river and came back empty-handed, and went down to the river and came back empty-handed. And every time she came back, she had such a more earnest face on her, like she was so determined. Well, the point is, nobody caught any fish that day, and nobody came out a winner in that regard except me, because I feel I really got a good glimpse into a family who still remains competitive, can do so in a loving way, and how this little girl was so determined to make it known that she is as competitive as the rest of them. And so I learned something from her that day. I can just think back on her determination and her resolve, and I can gain strength from it. And here we have a map showing our trip today from Soldotna to Seward. So I've slowed things down a bit because we are coming into Seward, and it is the home of one of my favorite YouTube channels, Outliers Overland. They live here in Seward, but they are not here today because they are out traveling. I believe they are somewhere in the States by now. They were in Tuktoyaktuk several weeks before we were, so they're way ahead of us. Anyway, here we are approaching Seward, and aren't those mountains beautiful? That is just like something out of Jurassic Park. I could look at that forever. And here we pulled a little closer, and now we begin looking to see if we will be able to get something on the water. And I don't know. Oh, that one's taken. Okay, let's try the next one. Yes. And so that is the end of our journey from Soldotna to Seward. We hope you enjoyed this episode, and I ask you to please like and subscribe. Until next time, bye-bye.